Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Z, and today we're going to be setting up our self-portrait. The first thing I need you to do is get a piece of paper and make sure that you're going to have your paper vertical, which means it's nice and tall. We're going to first start with our head, and I like to use this technique called ghost drawing. And what you do is you're pretty much drawing in the air, close to your paper, but your pencil's not touching your paper. And I like ghost drawing because it can help you get the size and shape head you want, and practice it before you actually put your pencil down to your paper. And remember, when you're drawing, you want to draw nice and light so it's much easier to erase. So with my ghost drawing, I'm going to create an oval, which is a stretched out circle. I'm going to go around a few times. And when I see the shape and size head that I want, I'm going to lightly press my pencil down on the paper. And this self-portrait, it's going to be like a yearbook photo where it's your shoulders up. So it's okay that your head is bigger than maybe what you would think. So I have my head. Now I'm going to start with my neck, right underneath, two kind of curved lines, and your shoulders are going to be from the end of your neck out to the edge of the paper. One, two. Now I'm going to create the shirt line where my neck and my shirt meet. And you can either make like a V-neck shirt or a scoop neck, or maybe kind of a ruffled, swirly one if you want some texture there. I'm going to do a basic scoop neck, so I'm going to take my pencil, lightly draw the letter U, and this is where my neck meets my shirt. Now we're going to start working on our ears. So you try to want to eyeball, the middle of your head, and I'm going to start with the letter C. Left side letter C. Lightly draw. You can kind of pretend that this line goes across. Lightly draw a backwards letter C. And you have your two ears. Now we're going to work on our facial features. So our eyes, nose, and mouth. We're also going to work on our hair today. But in terms of those details like earrings or maybe freckles or, the unique things that make you look like you, that's something that we're going to work on for the next video when we get more into the details of what we actually look like. This is just setting everything up in the right spot. So with our eyes, I'm going to start with two rainbow lines, and I want to make them kind of on the same line, horizontal imaginary line as our ears. So I'm going to create two rainbow lines. One, remember to draw lightly. Two. Now we're going to create the colored part of our eye, which is also known as the iris. You can have blue eyes, green eyes, hazel, brown. Eyes come in different varieties, different colors. So we have our two irises, two letter U's, and then the pupil is the black part of your eye. So we're going to just lightly outline the little circle where that's going to be. Now, if you want to be looking in different directions, you can change where you put your pupil. So if you want to be looking to the side, you would put it to the side of your iris. If you're looking up, maybe there is a bird up high in the sky that you're going to be looking at, you put it towards the top of your iris. Maybe you're looking down. Maybe there's some really beautiful flowers that you're walking, and you see, so you want to put those down here. So this is where you get to figure out which direction you want to be looking in. So you have two eyes. Now we're going to the bottom curve. I like to do a little smile line for the bottom part of our eye. And here where they meet is where your tear ducts are. So we have our eyes. Now we're going to move on to eyelids and eyelashes and eyebrows. So I'm going to mimic that curve that I did for the top of my eye. This is my upper eyelids. And eyelashes are something that protects our eyes from dirt. And everyone has eyelashes. You can make them as big as you want. Gonna lightly go around, and you're going to add just a few on the bottom. They don't have to be crazy. Now you have two eyes. Now you're going to move on to the eyebrows, and this is where you want to show your expression or your mood and how you're feeling. So if you want to be angry, that's your emotion, they may go down like this. If you're sad, they may go up a little bit at an angle. If you're happy, maybe they're much higher. Or if they're neutral, happy, just kind of curved across. And I'm going to choose kind of like the neutral look. So I'm just going to do a line. You can make them as textured as you want. You can add little hairs if you want. It's totally up to you. For some of you, it may be your first self-portrait that you've ever drawn. Okay, and now we're going to move down to our nose, which is in the middle of our head, right around there. If you were to make an invisible line from the bottom, so that your earlobe, you can go around. This would be kind of where your nose would be. I'm just going to make a very light line so I don't forget. So this is going to be where your nose goes. And every person has a different way of doing a nose. Because we're in kindergarten and first grade, I'm going to make a very basic nose. And I like to do a little rainbow line. Just a little one. But if you have a special way that you do a nose, maybe it's on the side, maybe you have more like a letter U with two nostrils coming out, whatever you feel comfortable with, you want to add it in the middle for your nose. So we have our eyes, nose. Now we're going to move down to our mouth. And I'm going to be very happy because I love springtime. So I'm going to create a big, light smile line. And this is the top of my mouth. This will be where the bottom of my mouth is. And then that little curve down below is our chin. Make it a little bit darker. Now I'm going to make a smaller curve. And when I connect these two, I have a very big smile. Whatever expression you want for your mouth, it should match the expression in your eyebrows. So if you're angry, maybe you have kind of a mad mouth. If you're sad, maybe it's a frown. So whatever expression you have in your eyebrows and mouth, you want them to be the same. Okay? Now I'm going to move on to some teeth. And some of you may be losing teeth. And we're going to add those details to our self-portrait. So I have my mouth. I'm going to create a curve in the middle of my mouth. This is separating my upper teeth and my bottom teeth. And then you just start adding lines. So I'm adding a line in the middle on either side. These are my two front teeth. And then from there, I'm just going to add little lines. And usually you don't see a lot of your bottom teeth, so I'm actually going to create another little curve for my bottom lip. You're going to add more lines for your bottom. Now, depending on how many teeth you've lost, you may just want to lightly color in some of the squares that show where you've lost some teeth. If you have a tooth that's growing in, maybe you have kind of this tooth coming down. It doesn't totally meet the bottom teeth. That's okay too. This is a detail that I want you to add now. And this is just showing kind of the character of your mouth. If you've lost teeth, if teeth are coming in. So we have our eyes, nose, and mouth, eyebrows, ears. The last step today is going to be our hair. So what I want you to do is look at your hair or have someone describe it to you. And we're going to create our hair that's overlapping, which means it's going to go over this curved headline. So on this side, I'm going to do longer hair. On this side, I'm going to do shorter hair. So I always start with a little vertical line, a little baby line, and then I'm going to make a curve coming over, and a little curve up top showing the top of my hair. And my hair is just going to go behind my ear. Maybe I want to add earrings. I want to show that. And now I have this curve going over my headline. It's overlapping. It's going over it. And I'm going to erase. And it looks like your hair It's kind of cascading or going over your forehead. For shorter hair, you can do it here too. Maybe you have a little bit of hair going this way, maybe you have spikes. And you want to erase that headline to show that your hair is overlapping. Okay? So this is the first stage, setting up your self-portrait. And when I see you next time, we're going to be adding the details that make your self-portrait really look like you. Thanks for watching.